Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for participating in a new webinar organized by Johan Cruyff Institute. My name is Gemma, and I will be moderating today's session, so very welcome, everybody. Today, we will talk about blockchain technology and how it can be applied in the sports industry in ticketing, merchandising, player transfers, betting, streaming, fan engagement, or sponsorship, among others. It's my pleasure to be joined by Josep María Monti, our guest speaker today, who will present different real cases. Monti is an entrepreneur and investor in technology startups, and he knows very well several digital environments, whether e-commerce, data analytics, digital content, fan engagement, or gaming. Monti is president and main promoter of Barcelona Sports Tech Hub23. Before giving him the floor, I would like to remind you that you can use the question tab on the right side of your screen to type your questions for Monti, and I will address them to him after his presentation. Good afternoon, Monti, and thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, Gemma. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Let's start?
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hello, my name is Monti. I am, like Gemma say, I am president of Hub23 Sports Tech ecosystem, to which I invite you to participate. And also, I am CEO and co-founder of Ethereum, a startup where we are tokenizing the sports world through NFT. And at the end of this presentation, I will detail you something about it. So at first, I'm going to try to explain the blockchain technology a little, and then show you use cases in sports. And the last chapters, I told you, especially for this presentation, the particular case of NFTs. Well, this is the index of today's webinar. And I think it is of interest to make an introduction to blockchain technology, although some of you surely already know it. I want to highlight the main characteristics for those who don't know it, and at least understand it in order to apply in your sports projects, right? Well, what is blockchain? Blockchain is an immutable and permanent record. Immutable because the records cannot be modified, and permanent because the entire ledger or account book can be consulted from the source. To understand it better, it's like a database which is copied in all nodes of the network, and that allows reading and writing, but not editing, okay? And the writing always under consensus of all the nodes. Sometimes all the nodes, sometimes some, depending of the blockchain protocol, okay? This distributed registry or database works in a synchronized way without the need for trust between the members that make it up, and it's therefore decentralized. Think about the previous digital currency creation attempts largely failed because they were based on centralized models. That is why the success of Bitcoin and the rest of blockchain-based cryptocurrencies. Well, also comment here that a blockchain, chain of blocks, is a type of DLT, distributed ledger technology, that is simply a database that is managed by several participants, and it's not decentralized. Okay. Here we are going to see an example of how to carry out a transaction with the blockchain. This is a process of a transaction. A or Alice wants to send money or something to Bob, right? In the pointer to this transaction, will we sub it with a block of within a block of the chain, which at the same time contains several transactions. At the 3 point, all the nodes of the network begin to calculate the unique and safe way to keep this block, and therefore the node that find the solution to a specific mathematical formula communicates it to the rest, and everyone check it. Everyone node. That block is safe in the blockchain, and at the end, the 0.6, Bob receives the money or whatever that is in this transaction, right? Okay. Pay attention in Ethereum. Why? Because one of the best no blockchain, it's Ethereum, and with the most future thanks to its programmable nature, which means that developers can use it to create new types of applications. That is, just as webs or apps are programmed on internet, here the applications are decentralized, or dApps, decentrally apps, and obtain the benefits of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. It stands out from these dApps that they are reliable and predictable, meaning that once they are loaded onto Ethereum, they will always run on schedule. Okay, and here Ethereum use Ether that has its internal currency. This crypto or cryptocurrency is used to execute the processes of the contracts of Ethereum. Okay, thanks to these contracts, known as smart contracts, which was introduced by Ethereum and later adopted by Bitcoin, which differs from the rest of existing cryptos, since it's not only a network to reflect transactions of monetary value, rather it's a network to feed these smart contracts, which are open source and can be used to securely execute a wide variety of services, right? Okay. And finally, to complete the concept of blockchain a bit, here we can see graphically how access to information has evolved and the difference between blockchain and what we know. Okay, initially, access to information was from the client with terminals, directly accessing to the server. Okay, now as mainframes and as still is used by banks, airlines, and other large companies to process large amounts of data. Until reaching the current system that, as we know, where the data is in the cloud. But in both cases, the data is still centralized. As you can see, it is with the arrival of the blockchain that the concept of centralization ceases to exist, and we move into a new era where transactions can be carried out in a secure P2P way. Now a person or thing can connect directly with another, that's it, carry out transactions, without the need of a central authority to validate it. Okay, all the technical stuff that I have talked you before is so that you can see that blockchain generates trust. This trust in a decentralized way. That is why it's so disruptive. Also, from an ideological point of view, there is a belief by the strongest believers in blockchain technology that decentralization offers a possible way to improve the world, and sports is not being alien to this revolution. Okay, let's do it. As you can see, there are already blockchain projects in all the activities involved in sports practice and all sports business. Well, now we see with examples blockchain applications in some of the most prominent areas, such as ticketing, merchandising, stadium, betting, transfers, streaming. Okay, let's start. Ticketing. Well, many clubs still use somewhat outdated ticketing technology, which they have inherited from previous operators, and generally pay commission between 5 to 8%, depending on the price of the tickets. Tokenization can reduce this third-party payment processing cost, but also reduce fraud and risk. These savings in transactions will have a direct impact on fans, partners, and other areas, such as promoting the query or improving the stadium's facilities. Okay, in this case, for the European Super Cup between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid in 2018 in Estonia, the tickets were distributed by iOS and Android for prevent falsification, right? Okay. Another use case, you know, buying the last shirt of the season or any other merchandising can be a bit expensive. Only soccer jerseys can cost between $19 or $150 or euros. The commissions on each purchase can range between 2% or 4%. And also the cheaper and counterfeit copies flood the market with the millionaire annual losses for clubs worldwide. Okay, in this case, Swiss team, Swiss club, the football club St. Gallen, launched its merchandising with technology to guarantee that it was a unique t-shirt, and the users, the fans with the mobile, could scan the NFT chip on the jerseys and access to the information on the blockchain. Okay. Okay. Also, blockchain can use in all kind of facilities in the stadium, but sorry. Well, the Kings, you know, we already have the tickets and we have the shirts, and now what if inside the stadium we can save queues and money by buying a sandwich with a drink? Again, with tokenization, we are going to save commissions at the bar, which are between 2% and 4%. In addition, thanks to a royalty program, which will reward us with tokens if we place an order in each game, and also if we do it before or after the half part, we will also get the order brought to our seats. Okay. Likewise, the club can use the tokens to activate tailor-made promotions with external providers that provide better use. Well, in this case, the Kings launched crypto in 2 or 3 years ago, and they put an ATM, a crypto ATM in the stadium, and they have a node mining in Bitcoin. Mining is the process that I told you before to put a block of the consensus, and you find the block mathematical formula, you win Bitcoins. That is the mining process. And they are donating the revenue to of this mining to the local charities. Okay. Well, another case, and maybe not friendly, depends of legal countries. You can use betting for a betting platform with open source blockchain technology. Provides a more beneficial and transparent services for fans. And that also allows clubs to negotiate with betting companies a part of the profits and the use of their tokens with the platform. Betmatch was a new type of platform that aimed to store betting data in a secure and transparent way. I say was because it's close. It's usual in blockchain projects that you prove, but also you can down. But well, that platform allowed players to bid by making deposits with crypto, with Ether, directly to put money in the Ethereum address. Okay. More use cases. Transfers. Yeah. Well, player transactions have already been made in crypto. I remember the Turkish amateur club Harunspor paid 0.05 bitcoins about in the 1 or 2 years ago was 400 euros. As part of deal of to sign a 22 years old player, Omar Farouk. And also another, on the other hand, Football Club Rimini, which plays in Serie C in Italian football, become the first club to be acquired with cryptocurrencies after the purchase of 20% of the shares with Bitcoins. Okay. And Global Talent is a company based in UK and Spain, and you can invest in players and clubs, participate in the benefits of their future sales or even a percentage of their income. All right. Another use case that I want to talk you is streaming, because there are proposals where you can the fans fans want to consume the content on the fly with the best plays of the game, see interviews with the most prominent players. All the Premier content, the content and its omni-channel accessibility can now be monetized by clubs and players in a more direct and beneficial way, thanks to the tokenization. You can see this platform, My TV Chain, that allow clubs to create their own content and to reward fans with tokens. Okay. Fan engagement. maybe you know, maybe it's one of the most tokens that you can know in the sports sector is the proposal of this fan token by socios.com. For example, one of the clubs that is working with socios.com is Atletico Madrid. The fans can acquire ATM token, fan token, they say. This gives the opportunity to participate in surveys and another participations, okay? Another experience of the club can determine it. A token allows a team's fans the opportunity to participate in a multitude of club fan experience, from purchasing match tickets, traveling to teams tours, VIP meetings with players, to more personalized products and offers of third parties. The goal is to create the ultimate fan community. The key is converting existing fans and attracting new ones with monetizing the technology or service derived from it. Right? Okay. Properties. This platform also is down, but was the first tokenized football stock market, which, thanks to the blockchain, allowed fans or token holders to eliminate friction costs and increase transparency in transactions. Okay. You know that there are billions or millions of soccer fans who are young, willing to invest in their favorite teams and players. And tokenization can give them the opportunity to participate in the club's shareholding, be rewarded directly, or acquire the shares at the lower cost. Okay, maybe in terms of club ownership stakes, tokenization allows any club to raise funds by selling shares, and also offers participants a wealth of fun experience and social interaction. For the club, it brings cost savings, economies of scale, and increased security to capital programs, and for a smaller club, the opportunity to significantly increase its fan base and compete financial in the marketplace. Right. Well, another use case that I want to show you is the sponsorship case. Sponsorship has always been a great source of income for clubs. This can include anything from jerseys, billboards, the stadium itself, and even the training facilities. Clubs always want to negotiate the best and most beneficial sponsorship deals, and when they better understand the crypto economy, the digital assets in the form of tokenization will allow them to increase the financing capacity exponentially. Well, this instant sponsor platform is running, is a solution that let connect directly the right holders with sponsorships in a direct way, in a P2P way that I told you it's the way at blockchain runs. And well, at the end of these use cases, I would like to talk you about the hype and maybe most tokens that working now in the crypto space and sports space also. First of all, what are NFTs? They are tokens, and it's based on blockchain technology, but with specific characteristics. They cannot be divided. You know that Bitcoin can divide it in a lot of satoshis. It's like centimes, and they are unique. That is, they cannot be exchanged. Okay, it is these characteristics and non-fractional assets that makes NFTs able to certify the authenticity, uniqueness, and ownerships of the asset they represent. It's not new token, but there are a lot of people investing in sports thanks to NFT. They begin in 2017 when there were different teams working in projects that allowed to standardization of non-fungible tokens. That's the meaning of NFTs. Until finally in October of 2017, a team from Canadian Venture Action Thing, it was running from Canadian Venture Studio. They create this standard. This is ERC 721 is the standard of this kind of tokens of no NFT. And they building the first collection that it was the name was CryptoKitties, a kitty game that made it unique, and then it was amazing because they saturate the Ethereum network. It was amazing, and the project quickly become a success, and the ERC 721 become the standard for creating the NFTs. And recently, maybe you know the NBA Top Shots collection. They have traded 230 million with their collection on NFTs, associated with a highlight of basket matches. Some NFTs with stars like Zion Williamson and LeBron James has sold for amounts close to $100,000. And well, there are a lot of clubs and sport and athletes launching their collections. Let me introduce what I am working, what we are doing in my company, because is Ethereum. Let me explain what we are doing with NFTs. We are creating, we are linking a physical object such as a cup or a unique t-shirt to a NFT digital token, thanks to smart, but in the one hand, one smart contract that link to an agreement to a real object. Okay, we are creating a new NFT. We say this is a new category of NFT because this NFT is tied to a real unique sports object, and the owner of the token will be able to enjoy real experiences in one hand, provided by the club or the owner of the real product, and also digital experiences that we are creating in Ethereum for the metaverse. Metaverse is the virtual 3D world, right? It will be the first sports metaverse with NFTs linked to real products. We already have agreements with clubs and leagues with which we are building this metaverse. This sports metaverse will be how clubs and fans want to build. And well, finally, the metaverse market is already a reality, and there are many companies that are working to create experiences and economy in this virtual world. We are in this vertical or creating economy. And this June, the first NFTs will be launched for us in this sports metaverse. Okay. Well, that's all. Finally, tokenization provides security, transparency, and lower operation cost. You can see the intersection between sports blockchain and the crypto world is just beginning.
Thank you, Monty. Thank you for the presentation. We'll gather some questions during your speech, so I think we can go directly to the Q&A. You can also follow the questions. You can see them written in the question tab. So let's start with the bottom one. Colin says that, do you think tokenization of amateur and low-level professional athletes seeking funding to launch their careers will benefit from blockchain?
Yeah. Such as one of the use cases I showed you, the people, the fans, the investors can invest directly in any professional or amateur athletes, and it's the best way for any people to get investment or anything. Blockchain is the centralized way to participate in any project. This is because tokenization is a new age, is a disruptive model for all the business, and professional and amateur athletes could benefit a lot of this proposition or proposal.
I think that you mean you are talking about Global Talent, right?
Yeah, Global Talent is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The founder is one friend of mine, Sunil. And they are working in Global Talent for many years. It's not a new company, and they are doing good things. Good job.
Yeah. I would like to add here that we did also a webinar with them, with Sunil and Ferran Martinez, that is a former professional basketball player. So if anyone is interested on knowing a little bit more about the company and what they are doing, they can go to our webinars in Vimeo. I will add the link into the chat so everybody can check it, and they can learn about them and what they are doing in this webinar that we did some months ago. So another question from Colin. He says that, do you think blockchain will stop ticket scalping in professional sports, as the average fan has no chance to buy tickets as face value?
Well, good question, but well, I think blockchain is democratized way of access to all the assets, and if depends the demand. See, if I understand this question, if Colin is talking about the funds have not changed to buy tickets at the face value, but the value depends the demand. If somebody wants to buy a ticket and resell the ticket, it's open to do it, because you can track all the transactions in the blockchain, and you know that it's authentical ticket that you are buying.
Shiham says that cryptocurrencies are usually fluctuating. How is this going to affect the sports business while doing a transfer or any smart contracts?
Yeah, well, that's a big problem. And there are proposals with stable coins. You can implement any other cryptocurrency in your business. I'd say you can implement in your business any cryptocurrency that it's more stable coin. And maybe if you want, there are stable coins paid to dollar or paid to another. Well, whatever you want, but obviously Bitcoin and the rest of cryptos is a risk. Because the evaluation, one day Elon Musk say, "Hey, good morning," and the Bitcoin going down or going up. Depends a lot of factors. Yeah.
Abib is asking that what is the legal aspect of the use of blockchain in sport? He says that it seems like there are many ways to bypass the law in each country.
Yeah, absolutely. Depends your country. If your transactions are only in cryptocurrency, you can do anything. But at the moment you change your money to fiat money, you must to be careful with your country laws. Yeah. That's the reason, because some companies are going to friendly countries to work, because there are some places where the laws are more restrictive with blockchain technology, with the cryptocurrencies. There are a big point of view if you kind of token is a security or is a usability, no? Your token. If your token is if the government thinks that that token is a security, it's you must pay the fees for that transaction. NFT at the moment are not securities, but never knows. It's changing. All is changing in this technology.
Talking about NFTs, Monty, Colin says, what could be the real value in owning a video clip of a historic 3-4 seconds clip when people can watch it on YouTube? He says that, as he understands, whoever buys the net does not hold the rights.
Yeah. No, it's not hold the rights. True, that's right. Well, the real value for that kind of video clip or highlights tokens in NFT is the ownership. The people wants to be owner of that moment, of that thing. The people are giving value lands into the video games, because they are investing in things that they believe. But if you believe if you want a moment of the basket because it's your passion, nobody stop you to buy an asset, a digital asset. If you think it is a digital asset, maybe more people are thinking the same, and maybe you will be ready to sell again this investment and to win money. That's what people are thinking about.
Thomas is asking you if you are familiar with the platform Sorare, which introduced a football fantasy game with NFT cards or football players worldwide, and do you believe it will be a success?
Yeah, I know Sorare. I know very well. Two players is from France. Two players as Gerard Piqué and Griezmann invested in this company. It's a fantasy league, in a fantasy game. Well, it's it's not new, the fantasy leagues. The new here are the tokenization of the cards. And well, if people are trading cards, it's because they think that fantasy league it's have traction, have interest in the market, and the people are investing in cars and trading. Yeah, it's why not? It's the same that the other question of Colin, that if you want, this is a thing that it could be more value in the future, whatever, maybe because the scarcity, that is a big feature of blockchain, the scarcity. You can invest, but I think the NFT, the tokens, needs to get more usability in the future, not just to prove the ownership, okay, but to find usability of that NFT.
Nuno Costa says, what are the fundamental advantages of using blockchain for any of the examples that you provide? For example, the player transfers and sponsorship, if you can elaborate a little bit more on this.
Well, that's, I told you, security, reduce costs, and tracking all is transparent. The transparency, well, a lot of features that blockchain do. Well, blockchain, it's not usable for everybody, not everybody, for everything. There are things that the cloud is perfect, but for specific things like the demonstrate ownership of a token or a digital asset, blockchain is perfect. Blockchain, you can copy a Bitcoin, you can't, and you can't copy an NFT.
Jorge Guerra says that there are already companies operating in the European market that transform sports assets and businesses into tokens, as you said, so that they become more accessible to potential investors, for example, startups, clubs.
For sure. More accessible. Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody can participate, can invest in clubs or depends what kind of tokenization are deployed in that club. Because as the last examples is Sorare is just a fantasy, socios.com is just a fun token to participate in some questions of the club, but it's not a governance token. It's not an investment token. Well, depends the kind of token that we are contemplate. That it's you can participate more or less in startups, in clubs, whatever.
And Shyam says that, as you mentioned about stable coins, are there any sport organization or institution that has contracted with a stable coin so far as he knows that US dollars Tether is a stable coin compared to ETH?
I don't know. Maybe there are something, but sorry, because I don't know everything of blockchain.
Looks like you know a lot.
It's impossible. It's impossible because blockchain, it's now a hype. There are a lot of blockchain, a lot of currencies. I don't know, just the first 100 cryptocurrency. I don't know, maybe the half of them, but it's impossible to know because every day is starting new projects, new applications, new cryptos in the blockchain world, and well, maybe there are. I will try to explore it, to Google if any club is working with stable coins. Well, thank you, Siam, for your question because I will try to look for you.
Okay, Monty. So I think that we've covered all the questions that we gathered during your presentation. People can, I think that they can contact you for any other questions that they can raise from your presentation. That they can see your contact details here through LinkedIn or Twitter.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you very much for your time, and good luck with all your projects.
Yeah.
And
we can explain something more. We are collections from Real Sociedad. Mm-hmm. We will sell the Copa del Rey in NFT, some T-shirts, and we are selling, eSports teams also, one other from Japan, Movistar team. Also, we have NFTs from Bulgarian team. Maybe the first we have 7 or 8 first collection that we are selling the next month. Maybe in the next marketplace of NFT that is building, Binance is one of the big exchanges in crypto world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you, Monty, for explaining us these new trends and projects. And I would like to thank you, everyone, for participating. You know that you will receive soon a link to the webinar recording, so you will be able to watch the session again if you like. And we invite you to stay connected as always. We will come back soon with new sessions, and you will find all the information in the virtual campus and in our social media channels. So take care and see you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Gemma, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Contact with me whenever.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.